Time. We all know it. We love it. We hate it. We argue about it. But we never stop living in it. It governs everything, right? But here's the thing. What if time is not real? What if it is just a collective agreement we have made? Like wearing pants on Tuesdays, pretending to enjoy small talk at parties, or we know it is time to drink coffee in the morning. It sounds like something out of a fever dream, but bear with me. Time, as we understand it, is a story we tell ourselves, a never-ending narrative that we have invented to explain why we age, why our mornings are relentlessly filled with tasks, and why our nights are equally filled with regret. It is like we're all just walking through this thing called time, hoping that it means something, but no one is really sure what it is. Okay, let's back up for a second. What is time, really? Philosophers, since the days of Socrates, have debated this. You've probably heard that time is the fourth dimension, right? You know, the whole space-time continuum thing, popularized by Einstein. It sounds so neat and tidy, but let's be honest, it's a concept that only works until you start thinking about it for more than 5 minutes. Time is relative. Sure, that's fun. But when does it stop being a handy theory and start being something more profound? Because really, what's going on here? Time bending, curving, stretching. Is this all just a cosmic joke on our fragile and tiny human brains? And then there's space, the ultimate mind bender. Time, as we understand it, goes out the window once you start moving close to the speed of light. Suddenly, hours pass for everyone around you, but you're only aware of a few seconds slipping by. You come back to Earth, and it's hundreds of years later. What even happened? Were you stuck at the same time everyone else was living in? Or did you somehow outpace the very fabric of reality? The idea that time could stretch like that messes with your brain. But then again, maybe time is already messing with your brain without you even realizing it. Now, let's talk about the present. That fleeting moment. The one you're constantly trying to capture, like the perfect picture, only to realize that as soon as you click at the shutter, the moment is already gone. What's that all about? If the present is all we really have, then why does it feel like we're constantly chasing it, only for it to always be just out of reach? You see, the brain is like a slow-motion camera. It doesn't process everything in real time. In reality, it takes a few milliseconds, even seconds for some, to actually register what is happening around you. So, by the time you think you're experiencing the now, it already became the past. The now is a lie. What about the future? Well, that's just an idea we tell ourselves about things that might not even happen. And that's the trick, isn't it? Time is a fragile illusion we create, a series of connected moments that slip through our fingers before we can even grasp them. It's like we are holding onto water, trying to fill a glass that is already leaking, but we keep trying to fill it anyway, because after all, what else can we do? But then we start talking about things like black holes, a massive gravitational force so strong it bends time itself. Now we're in deep science territory. Imagine this: you are getting close to a black hole. What happens to your time? To an observer, you will eventually look frozen. But what happens to you? Are you going to be trapped in an eternal present? Is that freedom? Or is it the ultimate prison? Or take a moment to think about the paradox of the end of time, the point where the universe finally runs out of energy and everything just stops. No more stars, no more galaxies, just a cold, dark emptiness. Will time continue to tick forward, or will it stop as the universe halts its expansion and everything decays into nothingness? Does time stop at this end of everything, or does it become an eternal, silent echo of a moment that was once full of noise and life? In that silence, time doesn't exist, at least not the way we understand it. The ticking of the clock is just a concept, a human construct to keep us grounded, tethered to something that we think we can control. But time doesn't care. Time doesn't need us. And what happens when we stop trying to keep track of it? What happens when we let go and simply be? Finally, is that freedom or another prison? Maybe time isn't something we should fight against. Maybe it is something we need to let pass. Because in trying to capture it, we miss what truly matters. The moments themselves. The ones that slip through the cracks. The ones that leave us wondering why we spent so much time chasing them in the first place. Because when you really think about it, perhaps the only thing that truly exists is this fleeting present we can never quite hold. The one we keep trying to understand but never really will. So, here's the real question. Does time really exist? Or is it just the most beautiful lie we've ever told ourselves, so we can keep pretending that our lives have some order, some meaning? And what if, instead of fighting it, we just accepted that time doesn't need to be understood? It just is. Maybe that's the secret. To let go of time, to let it come and go without holding it in our hands. Because when you stop worrying about time, you might just find out that you've been living in it all along. If this journey made you pause, even for a second, to rethink what you thought you knew, then maybe it was worth it. Consider subscribing for more questions that don't have easy answers. This is True Spark. Leave a comment below, not just to agree or disagree, but to wonder. And if you found this worth your time, ironically enough, give it a like. Until next time, if time exists at all.